In this video, we're going to have a look at how to make a new Google account.
In other videos, we're going to look at the features of a Google account and the tools that you can use, such as Gmail, the Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets. But today we're just going to look at how to create one if you haven't got one already. So the first step is to go to your browser. So I've got Firefox, but it could be Google Chrome or Explorer. And at the top, go to google.co.uk. And that will take you to this page here. Okay, so you've got the Google logo, and at the top right hand corner, the sign in button. So we're going to go in and click to sign in. And if you haven't already got an account created, this is where you can create your account. So the option to create account is down here in the bottom left hand corner, create account here. So I'm going to click on that. And today I'm going to be making an account for myself, not for a business. So if we click on myself. Okay, so there's only really one piece of information that you need, which is a mobile phone number. A working mobile phone number that you have where you can receive text messages. And that's really the only information you need. So the other information is just sort of is for your own benefit, I guess. Here I'm going to put a first name and a last name in. I'm not going to use my real name, but you can use your real name, of course. So I'm going to put Bob Smith. And this is where you get the chance to create your own username. So you can see it's actually suggesting one that I've made before. But you can use a username with your name in it if you want, or it can be literally anything. So it's just a username, and that will be the name that comes up. If you choose to use Gmail as an email account, that will be how it appears to other people. So when they're sending you messages, they'll see this username at gmail.com. So bear that in mind when you're creating your name. So I'm going to create a new username. I'm going to call it digital.inclusion.demonstration. Okay, at gmail.com. This, normally this works, but if you're using a really common username like John Smith, for instance, it might say, oh, you're going to need to add some numbers to that, or you're going to have a slightly different one because somebody else out there in the world has got that username already, and they can only have one name to one person. Okay, so I've got my username, I've put in my first and my last name, and now I need to make a password. I recommend you make a strong password, which means that you have a combination of letters, numbers, capital letters, and it's also good to put a symbol in there as well. And just a piece of advice for making these, because it can sometimes be a bit of a daunting task to make these passwords. My system is to use two words that are unrelated to each other, and then add a date or numbers after that, and then put an exclamation mark at the end or after one of the words. So as an example, two unrelated words, fire, and then desk, so with a capital D, so fire, desk, a date that I can remember, 1971 for me. Okay, so that's fire, desk, 1971. Oh, and just at the end put an exclamation mark. Okay, so that's actually a really nice strong password. Fire, desk, 1971, exclamation mark. Okay, I was just going to show you that. So it's actually quite easy to remember, but it's quite a strong password at the same time. It's got all of those criteria that it meets. Okay. Yeah, but I won't be using this account, so it's okay that you know what my password is. Normally, keep your passwords to yourself, of course. Okay, so we're ready now. Put in the name, put in the username, put in the password that we want, and we can now click next. Okay, I'm going to say don't save for that. Okay, so next bit is to put in the phone number. So this is where you need to put in your working phone number. This one is actually my work phone, so I don't mind people knowing this. Okay, so you put in your phone number that you're using. Recovery email address we're going to skip for now. It's just it's more of a security thing later on. If you forget your password, for instance, it can help you recover the account. But for now, we're going to leave it. You can always come back to it and change it later. And then we're going to put in a date of birth. Again, I'm just making one up here just for my own privacy. But yeah, put in your date of birth. And again, that's more for security purposes. But all of the information it's saying here is private and safe. And gender. Okay, so not that much information to put in really. Okay, so next thing is to click send on here, and it's going to send a code to your phone. It's going to be a free, a 6-digit code, and I've now just received that code, so I'll go to my phone and then type in the 6-digit code and click verify. Okay, so that's been verified. So this is just the whole reason that the phone is used is a security process to make sure there's a real person that's making a new account, and not just there's these robots that make up fake email accounts. It's just a security thing. Okay, I'm going to allow these permissions, but you can see more information about that under more options. I'm going to say yes to that for now. Privacy and terms and conditions, you can read all of that. It's all available. But just for the length of the video, I want to keep it nice and short, so I'm going to accept these as well. Okay, and click create account. Okay, and that just was something about advertising and marketing there as well. So make sure you read those and make sure you're happy with them. But I've just clicked that I'm happy with them for the purposes of this video. And that's it really. So I've now actually got my own Gmail account, Google account, sorry, with the username that I created. And then here at the top, you can see all of these tools and applications that will go through, and I'll put up on other parts of the website, how to use the Google Drive, how to use Gmail, how to access things like Google Docs and Google Sheets. So there's lots of really great tools on there. And that's the real benefit of the Google account, is that all of these things are free and they're pretty good. They're pretty easy to use. And yeah, so that's it. So you can see it takes a few minutes. You just need a mobile phone, a little bit of other information to create a password, and then you're good to go.